Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome back to Pulse Report TV, your trusted source for reliable and engaging news stories across Nigeria and beyond. Today, we'll bring you a shocking and thought-provoking story from Anambra State, a story that blends survival, culture, fear and deep-rooted traditional beliefs. What started as a moment of relief quickly turned into chaos, leaving many people questioning the role of superstition in modern society. A commercial tricycle rider, popularly known as Keke Man, recently found himself at the center of a disturbing incident in a community in Anambra State. The man reportedly encountered a large python snake during his daily routine. Acting in self-defense and fear for his life, he bit the snake. However, instead of being praised for protecting himself, the situation took a dramatic turn. Youths in the community allegedly attacked the man, seized his phone, and accused him of buying what they called a sacred being known locally as Ekidemmili. Before we go deeper into this story, welcome once again to Pulse Report TV. If you are new here, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, like this video and share it with your friends and family. Also make sure you watch this video to the very end because this story raises important questions about culture, safety and belief systems that you don't want to miss. The only way you can truly support our platform and help us grow is by liking, sharing and commenting on our videos. Your engagement helps more people see important stories like this. Thank you so much for your continued support. According to reports gathered from eyewitnesses, the keke rider was going about his normal business when he suddenly came across a python. The size and presence of the snake reportedly caused panic, and in a moment of fear and survival instinct, the man bit it. For many people, especially in urban settings, this would be considered a brave act, protecting oneself from a dangerous animal. But in this particular community, things are not always seen from a purely physical or scientific perspective. Shortly after the incident, some youths in the area confronted the man. They accused him of buying a sacred python, believed to be a spiritual significance in their tradition. They referred to the snake as Ekidemmili, a name associated with a reverend entity in certain parts of Anambra. The situation escalated quickly. The man was reportedly harassed, physically assaulted, and had his phone taken from him. The once relief rider, who thought he had escaped danger, now found himself in an even more frightening situation, facing his own people. In his defense, the keke rider insisted that the snake he bit was not Ekidemmili, but rather a Keoba, which he described as an ordinary python with no spiritual attachment. This distinction is very important in the context of traditional beliefs. While some snakes are considered sacred and untouchable, others are seen as regular wild animals. But the question remains, how do people truly differentiate between the two? And more importantly, should such beliefs justify violence against a human being? To fully understand this situation, we need to look at the cultural background of certain communities in southeastern Nigeria. In many parts of Anambra and neighboring states, pythons are not just animals. They are deeply tied to traditional religion and are often seen as sacred creatures. In some communities, buying a python is considered a taboo, an abomination that requires cleansing rituals. These beliefs have been passed down for generations and are still strongly held by some individuals today. The concept of Ekidemmili is often linked to a spiritual protection, ancestral connections and community identity. For believers, harming such a creature is not just an act against nature, it is an offense against the spiritual order. However, as society evolves, a clear tension is emerging between traditional beliefs and modern realities. Nigeria today is a diverse country where people live with different levels of belief, from deeply traditional to highly modern and scientific. In cities and urban areas, many people may not see a python as anything more than a potentially dangerous animal, but in rural or culturally rooted communities, the same snake could be seen as sacred. This creates a dangerous situation where misunderstanding can lead to conflict, just like what happened to this keke rider. One of the most troubling aspects of this story is the reaction of the youth. Regardless of belief, the act of assaulting another human being is a serious issue. Taking the law into one's own hands, attacking someone and seizing their personal belongings is not only wrong, it is illegal. This raises important questions. Should cultural beliefs override human rights? Can tradition justify violence? Where should society draw the line? Another layer to this story is fear. Fear of the unknown and fear of spiritual consequences. For some people, the idea of a sacred python is very real. They genuinely believe that harming such a creature could bring misfortune to the community. This fear can sometimes lead to extreme reactions, as seen in this case. But it also highlights the role of education and awareness. In many situations, people act based on what they have been taught since childhood. Changing such deeply rooted beliefs is not easy, but conversations like this are a starting point. Since the story broke, reaction has been mixed. Some people support the youth, arguing that tradition must be respected no matter what. Others strongly condemn the attack, saying that no belief should justify violence against a fellow human being. Many Nigerians are also asking a simple question: if your life is in danger, should you not defend yourself? From a legal standpoint, the key rider has a right to defend himself if he is under threat. At the same time, the actions of the youth should be considered criminal, including assault and theft. This situation may require intervention from local authorities to ensure that justice is served and that such incidents do not happen again. This incident is not an isolated case. In many parts of eastern Nigeria, traditional beliefs still play a strong role in daily life. While culture is important and should be respected, there is an ongoing debate about how to balance tradition with modern values. Superstition beliefs in some cases can lead to fear, division, and even violence. There have been other reported cases involving accusation of spiritual offenses, leading to mob actions or community punishment. This raises a critical issue for society. How do we preserve culture without harming people? Education plays a key role in addressing these challenges. When people are exposed to different perspectives, scientific, legal, and cultural, they are better equipped to make informed decisions. Community leaders, religious figures, and educators all have a role to play in guiding people toward peaceful coexistence. It is also important to approach this issue with empathy. While some may see this belief as outdated, others see them as a core part of their identity. The goal should not be to mock or dismiss tradition, but ensure that they do not lead to harm. At the center of all this is a man, a keke rider who simply wanted to survive a dangerous encounter. What should have been a moment of relief turned into a nightmare. This story forces us to reflect on who we are as a society and what we stand for.
Look at this man. Teach you what they don't know. He collected my phone. This man wanted my phone. That phone is 250,000 naira. Someone will let go over. I bring it to educate people. I'm mora na anyamu. Obi mama mora.
As we come to the end of this report, we want to hear from you, our viewers. But before that, please don't forget to subscribe to Pulse Report TV, like this video and share it with others. Remember, the only way you can support our platform and help us grow is by liking, sharing and commenting our videos. Thank you so much for being part of our journey. Now let's talk. Do you believe the Keke rider was wrong to bite the snake? Should traditional beliefs be respected even when lives are at risk? Were the youth justified in their reaction, or did they go too far? How can communities balance culture and human rights? What would you have done if you were in the Keke rider's position? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. We really want to hear from you. This is Pulse Report TV, bringing you stories that matter. Until next time, stay informed, stay safe, and we'll see you in our next reports.